those of you that didn't get to see me today, my story is real quick. I was born without legs, but I played college football, I played minor league baseball, and I wrestled. And ironically enough, when I played minor league baseball, I happened to be teammates with the guy that you're about to hear from. We haven't seen each other in a couple of years. He is an amazing man. He's not a baseball player, he's a great human being. And ironically enough, there is a book that just came out, and I'm not here to pitch it. It's called Pulling Each Other Along. And it's 31 stories, 31 baseball stories and regular life stories of people that have overcome this. And if you open up our chapter, there's a picture of Darryl and I, and the chapter that is our book is Now Batting for Darryl Strawberry, Dave Stevens, because it's a true story. We were in Madison, Wisconsin when I was playing, and I wasn't supposed to play that day, but they said, come along for the road trip. So I'm sitting in the dugout. We are smoking the Madison Black Wolves that day. We're just killing them. Darryl, on his way back to the major leagues, hit 3 home runs, 3 consecutive home runs. I'm sitting in the dugout. He turns and he goes, I've had a pretty good day. Dave, you go hit for me. And I'm like, what? And all of a sudden on the PA system I hear, now batting for Darryl Strawberry, number 2, Dave Stevens. I'm looking around, I'm like, that's me. He goes, go hit. And I'm like, you can hit a 4th home run. It was the greatest moment of my life. A guy without legs gets to pinch hit for one of the greatest baseball players that ever played the game. An unselfish act. Now, I took a called 3rd strike that day, but you don't understand. That day, I was a human being, a baseball player, pinch hitting for a legend. And for that opportunity, I'll never, ever forget what that man did to me. We have stayed friends. We are friends. It's not about baseball. We've dealt with our own personal recoveries, our own demons, and we both overcome so much. So when you go home tonight and you tell your parents about this man that spoke today, don't judge him. Listen to his story and listen to where he came from to become the hero he is today. He's not a hero because he was a baseball player. He's a hero because of what he overcome, what he overcame in New York, and what he had to hand, the hand that was dealt with him. So I appreciate the little time that I had. I'm so excited to see my friend and my brother Darryl Strawberry. I'm going to give it back to you guys, but I just wanted to say again, a guy without legs, if a guy without legs can play football and baseball and wrestle, what is your guys' excuse for not overcoming anything in life? Thank you very much. Listen to Darryl's story.
Now I'll get the opportunity. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you to your wife, Principal. Thank you for having me. And thank you to the students for being here. Want to make this day about me. Wherever I go speak, I don't make it about me. I make it about you guys because you guys are the future. And I just want to really encourage you about the best is yet to come for you guys. I want you guys to understand that. I know it's a very challenging time that you're living in. It's very different than it was when I was growing up. And the society I was growing up in, we didn't have to deal with a lot of things that you guys have to deal with through social media, internets, outlets, affirmation from others to make you feel like you're important. Let me just make this message clear to you guys. You are important. You do never have to fit in. You never have to be a part of it. All you have to be is you. You are very uniquely made and very special. And our younger generation needs to be able to relate to that more than anything. And that's why I say the best is truly yet to come. My life, well, a lot of you don't know me because you're too young to know who I am and what I've done. Yeah, I played a little baseball. But my life was really broken before I ever got into baseball. I started off the wrong way. My dad was a raging alcoholic, and He used to beat me and said I would never amount to anything. He came home for the last time when I was 14 years old, pulled out a shotgun, drunk, said he's gonna kill the whole family. Had it not been for my mother getting me and my brothers out of the house, we probably would have killed me. So I was already scarred before I ever put a uniform on. I was already broken before I ever put the uniform on. I always say that my pain led me to my greatness, but my greatness would eventually lead me to my destructive behavior. Because you're famous and you're successful and you're rich doesn't mean you're well. And I want you guys to be able to understand that. People think you should be well because you're famous. Well, I'm here to tell you, famous people are crazy. And you guys need to know that. See, you guys, young people, we like to follow people and we like to think people have it all together. But I'm encouraging you as you go through this period of time that you're in, and why I'm saying the best is yet to come for you, and you go through this period of time that you're in now, the most important thing that will ever be in your life will be teachers and coaches. They will have the greatest impact on your life than you can ever imagine. And why do I say that? Because when I was in high school and when I was going through middle school, guess who had the greatest impact on my life? Teachers and coaches had the greatest impact on my life. Not that our parents don't, but we spend more time with teachers and coaches, playing sports, in school, and you're going to spend more time with them encouraging you. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to direct you into your greatness of who you are. Every last one of us that come here to life will be created with some type of greatness inside of us. My greatness just happened to be sports at a young age. And I ended up going on playing Major League Baseball for 17 years and winning championships and accumulating a bunch of earthly things, but it didn't make me a man. It just made me a baseball player because I had a uniform on. So the importance of you young people is coming to know who you are. Don't get consumed, don't get tied up, don't get misled by the wrong people, the wrong direction. There's so many young people that are following everybody else. I speak in a lot of schools, and I usually speak in high schools mostly. And I ask the kids one question: what's the most important thing? I had a round table talk with kids, about 6 or 7 of them. And I said, what's the most important thing in this life to you? And they told me their cell phones. I said, what's number 2? They said, social media. So I thought that was kind of different because when we grew up, we didn't have cell phones and social media, so we had to learn to communicate through conversations. We're in a different time now where our kids are consumed to watching everybody on social media, and we believe that they're real and they're happy and they have the best life because it makes them look like it. And then I asked the kids, why are all the kids vaping? They said because they see celebrities vaping. Well, I'm here, young kids, to tell you, vaping, marijuana, alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be, don't ever pick it up. You need to hear a man that's been through it, that knows what it's really like, and that knows what he's talking about. I couldn't have never imagined that drugs would take over my life and almost kill me. I could have never imagined that I was a great baseball player, but I would end up in a Florida State prison with a T-17169 because of addiction. I could never imagine what the health problems that so many things caused me. I ended up with cancer twice and losing my left kidney in the second surgery. So if you've never seen a miracle, you're looking at a miracle standing right in front of you today. And it has nothing to do with me with a baseball uniform on. I think most people think they rave about the fact that that's what it was really all about. It was about the baseball career. But it wasn't about the baseball career, it was about getting well, getting healthy. See, my mother passed away at the age of 55 from a terminal breast cancer. I buried her young, I buried my sister young, and I ended up with the trials and tribulations. But my trials and tribulations made me a stronger person. So I'm here to encourage you that are here in school, whatever it may be. We have lives and we have these beautiful lives, and I look at my kids, and my kids have never struggled. My kids have always been privileged. They live behind community gates. They've never been to public schools until they went to college, and they went to private schools growing up, and I didn't have the life that they had. But I always made sure that my kids understand one thing, just what my mother told me: you're no better than anybody else. They just had a better situation than other people. My youngest daughter is getting ready to graduate next week, Monday, from Boston College with a degree. All my kids went to D1 school and got degrees from D1. I never went to college. I came out of high school and went into professional baseball. So I always told them that greatness is always in front of you, but always remember how to treat each other. And I'm so proud of my kids. None of them have ever suffered like I did. They've never been through what I've been through, and they've been able to get a D1 college and go on to work. And my youngest daughter, she's graduating, Jules, she's graduating Monday from Boston College. And she is the most exciting kid that I really have. And the reason why I say that, because she can go do anything she wants to do with a degree from Boston College. She can go to law school. She was thinking about it, but she told me she wanted to be, and she said, "Dad, I want to be something different." I said, "Well, what is that you want to be?" She said, "I want to be a teacher because I want to help and I want to give back." And I thought that was the most incredible thing. I truly thought that was the most incredible thing, because here is her dad has been a professional, a celebrity, a Major League Baseball player, and she does not want to have anything to do with a life like that. She wants to help young people through these times of what we're living in today. And I thought that was really, really, really cool. So what am I saying today to all of you young, beautiful students here? I'm telling you, the teachers and the coaches are incredible. Remember what I said to you. They will have the greatest impact on your life. They should be getting paid salaries like Major League Baseball players are today. Remember as you walk around here and you go to your next levels of life, remember the importance of who they are and the impact that they will have on your life. It can be an everlasting impact on your life. Listen, kids, it could be an everlasting impact on your life if you listen to them. The problem was with me is I did not listen to my mother. And I ended up with a belly full of regrets when she died, and I didn't listen to her. My mother was not consumed with my fame and my fortune and being a Major League Baseball player. My mother was more concerned about me being well as a person. She didn't get to see me be well like I am today because she crossed over to the other side. And I've always felt heartbroken because of the fact is she raised me right and I didn't listen. So what am I saying to you young people? I'm saying to you young people, please listen. Please make the right choices. Please understand that drugs and alcohol and vaping and cigarettes and all these things, I did all of them. And they're all deadly. And I want to make you aware of it. I want to make you aware of it. Don't have to be a follower. Learn to be a leader. Don't ever take pills just because somebody else says it'll make you feel better. It will not make you feel better. You will get addicted to it. We have an epidemic in this nation where young people look just like you, that started just like you, and ended up making the wrong decisions and choices and losing their life at a very young age. How do I know that? Because I had 2 treatment centers down in Florida, and all I ever seen was young people addicted to opiates and heroin at such a young age. And we say it will never happen to us. We as a nation, we sit around and say this stuff will never happen to us. The politicians are telling us what to do and they don't even like each other. So we have to make sure we pay attention to what's important. Make sure we pay attention to people that come in to speak and voice their opinion and tell you something and tell you where they've been and tell you how real it is, because we have been there and we know what it's like. Today I'm glad I'm on the other side of life, but I didn't get here by myself. I'm on the other side of life because of the people that have had a great impact on my life. Who had the greatest impact on my life was my mother. Who else had the greatest impact on my life was the coaches in my life. And who else had the greatest impact on my life? My life is today is because of my wife. That's in my life. So I want you to remember this. I was able to do some great things in the city of New York, playing sports. First with the Mets, then with the Yankees. I was able to achieve a lot of great things. But putting on a baseball uniform, like I said before, it did not make me a man. It just made me a baseball player. I think what made me a man was the trials and tribulations and being able to overcome the trials and tribulations and being able to not point fingers and saying it's someone else's fault and being able to take true responsibility for who I am and to be able to do what I do today and have a greater impact. The baseball uniform only had an impact on the field and for fans to see and to cheer. But the impact that I get to have in this nation today and go and speak across this nation maybe 250 times a year, I get to have a greater impact on people's life more than anything. And that's far greater than anything that I will ever achieve from a sports standpoint. So you young people, just understand, you are bright. You are beautiful. There's a great purpose for your life. Fulfill your promises over your life. Believe in yourself. If you believe it, you can achieve it. If you believe it. And one more thing that I think is important. It's so important for young people to understand in this nation. Don't point fingers at other people, because you know what happens? When you point fingers at someone else, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. We never take the opportunity to understand that and see that. And I've always made my kids aware of that. Be the best that you can in what you do, but also be the best of helping somebody else. If your situation is better and you have more to give to somebody else, it's better to give than to receive. And I realize that today in my life. Is giving back is far greater than anything I ever received. All I ever received was a bunch of fame and fortune and a bunch of stuff. But the gift of life that I have to give to somebody else will help somebody else believe and not lose their life. And it's time to close and let you guys know. To let you guys know how important this day is to me, and to let you know that you are truly loved by me. And the best is yet to come.